What's going on? It's Justeeni here. Today, I'm going to be showing you my run through the World Championship qualifiers. This is with Zebasi, the final qualification stage to see if you're entering the World Championship with Zebasi or not. I mean, you still have to go through the playoffs, but playoffs should be doable. I mean, this is probably the most important part. But yeah, it's divided into two stages. There's a group stage, and then there is a bracket where all the winners of the group stage go. So first I have to win the group stage. There are 3 other players in my group stage, all of which are pretty good players, 2 of which are especially scary foes. And one of them, my opponent, Senor Avanzo, who you guys have seen before, very skilled, very strong player, and he is destined for revenge, surely. But yeah, this is on Archie, and basically we both play against each other twice, once with host, once without host, and some of them are legs as well, you kind of see that. But yeah, let's just get right into things. So right away, this spawn, things are pretty nice. You know, it's Archie, you get your suburbs. I decided to go for a 3 warrior opening because I saw this as a potential point of expansion, and because fishing doesn't actually upgrade the city. So yeah, I'm going to be using ports and all that, and yeah, we're going to upgrade this city, get a workshop, an explorer, could very easily go backwards. So we're just playing things very smart, very safe. We're going to go for our port connections. We can explore off this one. This one also could have gone backwards, but I have no idea where the opponent is, and they've definitely started to expand, so I decided to go for it. And I meet them, get some stars. I see they have a lot of farms in their capital, which means they've likely, they've gotten that level 3, that's for sure. But I've got a nice 4 cities to work with. And I see that they're on this city. And I also see, this is something very important on Zebasi, giants. Yeah, right there. Yeah, lots of resources. I can just immediately turn into a giant. Just like that. And, I mean, yeah, that's a really nice start, right next to the city. But they're upgrading it pretty fast. They have 2 farms, so I'm blocking these because I don't want them getting the giant. I get this nice connection. Explore, see what's going on. Hopefully I can get the lighthouse as well. Sure enough, they have a giant, so this is going to be pretty tough to break through. But I really want to attack and pressure the city, if possible. I use Park of Fortune here. Combined with the lighthouse means I don't even need to use the farm on my capital to get the giant, so it's a lot cheaper. I spam some warriors. And yeah, this is super annoying for the opponent. I go in and I siege. I still have one of the farms blocked. If they want to get a giant, it's really inconvenient, so they have to unsiege. And they can't use a Juggernaut either because I'm blocking that too. They have to double scout, which is really costly for them. They don't want to be getting scouts here, actually. They want to be doing what I'm doing, which is getting ramming. Deal with the Juggernauts, splash again, get another hit. I'm putting my raft here because Senor wants this Juggernaut move to splash. I'm also setting up a Juggernaut because, again, I'm expecting this. They're not going to move their Juggernaut back. They want the value. And you can see we're even on villages, but one thing notable is there could be something over here. There is definitely something in the south, but Senor is there first. So I've kind of put all my eggs in one basket. I'm going all in on this attack, but I'm very confident things will work out because Senor has a very difficult defense. I've got these warriors pressuring too. This is super awkward because the scouts cannot help. And sure enough, he does exactly what I expect. And even hits that, which now I get the splash value. I sacrificed my Raymer, it only had 1 HP, so then I could get that siege. And this giant is almost dead. I'm letting him get this giant here, but I'm pressuring the capital. This giant won't help him because I'm just taking his capital now. So I'm kind of pivoting. At first I was aiming for this city. Now the capital I see is even more vulnerable, so I just go for that. And sure enough, giant siege on the capital. Where's he getting his giant? He doesn't have Gate of Power. He's definitely not got enough kills. His Park of Fortune's here. Where is it? And to make things even easier, I siege there. He is out of stars. I'm also pressuring here now. an absolutely brutal game 1. So picking up my first win, but we still have a long way to go, so I'll cut to the next match. Alright, so this time, I'm against this guy. His in-game name is different than his actual like challenger mode name that you guys are probably more familiar with, but I forgot his challenger mode name. I don't know, I might like put it up on screen. But yeah, he's a very, very skilled challenger mode player, so again, yet another uneasy match, but I am hosting this one. That also means next time I go against him, I won't be hosting, but yeah. Let's go right into things. Spawn is really interesting because my port spots aren't that good, but I have a lot of farms. I'm hoping I can just get some port connections. And it looks like I will be able to. I go for the quick upgrade. And no fishing right away. Just waiting off. Seeing how things look. Can I get the port connections? And it looks like I can. So I will. And sure enough, just close enough to get that port connection. I'm going to be able to expand in the south. I get an explorer here. If it goes backwards, that's fine. It's going to go where I want anyway. Picking up the lighthouse also isn't a bad thing, because then I get a giant from the fish and a port connection. So it's a win-win either way. I meet the opponent, which is definitely a win for me. Now I know where they are. They're in the north, which means I can go to the south, uncontested. I also go here, in case they've already expanded here. And I put the port here, which is a bit interesting. The idea is the lighthouse. I don't know if this is the best play. But yeah, I want the giant. I want it quickly. I can place supports here later. I believe if I place support here, it actually does connect from my capital, which is why this might arguably be better, but I have some other plans. This lighthouse is super nice for just getting the giant quite a few turns sooner. Otherwise I would have needed to like use a port or something. And I can get the giant here, so I guess ultimately yes, it is worth it. I can always just place the other port later. So really quick development, really good eco on just 3 cities. But now the opponent meets with their own giant. Now I port here. And then they get another giant themselves. Now I get sailing. Sailing, I want to really contest things. Ramming is also an option here, but I prefer sailing because there's a lot of land that you can put warriors on, and rammers do really bad into that. So I prefer the scouts here, because the scouts can hide behind any warriors that camp on land, and they do a good job at denying villages and ruins better than rammers do. Rammers are better for like attacking, whereas scouts are better for denial as well as defense, and they're really good for attacking giants on land. So that's another nice perk. But I'm on a nice, crisp 5 cities. Things are looking pretty nice. They decide to hit my giant, which I think is a mistake here. And I'm poking away with my scouts. This giant is actually dead. I just take it out. They were actually up in super units until they did that. Now they're even in super units. This giant is damaged, and you need your giants as healthy as possible, but it's certainly better to have a half HP giant than to have no giant. Like, they just lost one, you know? Yeah. But they go for ramming. And again, this land is going to be crucial because they want to attack here with these rammers. That's why they're getting ramming. They want to be aggressive. But I don't have any giants here. This is where my giants are. I'm smacking this juggernaut down, and I'm going to use these warriors to block any rammers from entering. And I'm going to have my 6th city as well, so I'm most likely going to be up in cities. They send this rammer here, but it's not getting much value, just taking out a raft. Not very good. I just use the warrior. I'm fine with the warrior staying here. Now I get ramming myself, kill the rammer, defend this area. And I'm going to be able to start to fight back now. Now they get scouts, realizing they have to pick up these warriors. They go for this again. But you can see I'm just up in super units. Despite the fact that I've only gotten to this game, I've just been destroying their giants. And I send this one back. They can heal or just do whatever. And this is just absolute domination. And yeah, now I get this connection too. And this one, getting another giant. And getting that extra economy, population growth, setting up my next giant. I'm going to be up a ton of super units. I'm up in cities. I believe they only have 5 cities at this point. Yes. But yeah, I'll go ahead and cut to the next match. All right. Now, next one against a player that I've never actually gone against before. This guy. They were kind of I didn't know what to expect from them, so yeah. And also, this one is on lakes now. And I'm hosting this one, which means I won't be hosting the next one. But yeah, I'm sure one thing you guys are wondering is how much did I practice for this? And my answer to that is what practice? I actually went into these kind of completely blind, but I did hear that Construction Rush is legit with Zebasi. This was my first game ever trying it. I don't go for it. I decide Hunting Rush instead. But it is something that I'm keeping in mind. Construction is really good with the buff, so I'm looking like windmill spots. And yeah, I sure enough have good windmill spots. Can you guys see them? So what do we do here? Construction, pre-C3. Going to upgrade the city. And we're just making some warriors. Not sure where the opponent is, so let's go ahead and fire off and explore. And it looks like this is going to be a bit of a naval battle. Sure enough. I cannot access them by land. And if you guys have been paying attention, yes, this is the windmill spot. Right here. Beautiful windmill spot. Gets me the giant. Not only that, Park of Fortune for the next windmill spot right here. Beautiful level 5 windmill spot. And the windmills are going to get crazy value in this game. You're about to see. Again, this is the first time I've even done like Construction Rush. I didn't even do it like a typical Construction Rush where you get it before the second city. But yeah, it's working out pretty well. My economy is amazing for just 4 cities. Let's get fishing, upgrade even more, and get on the water with my juggernauts. But they get ramming. They also have sailing, so they've got a lot of water technologies. That worries me a bit because one thing I was thinking about during the game, I don't really want to play the naval game because they're already ahead there. But what choice do I really have? It's a bit late to go riding roads. This city is hard to pressure, so I'm kind of forced to play into exactly what they want. Which is not ideal, but you know what? I get ramming, which helps a lot, and honestly, if you just throw enough giants at the problem, you'll probably solve it. They have a Juggernaut of their own, but I'm not really worried about it. They take out my Raft, which is annoying. I wanted to make that into a Scout so I could get some vision. I'm just kind of going in blind with these Juggernauts, hoping for the best. But I have 4 giants. While they are a finite resource, they sure are expendable if you have a lot of them. Not to get even more, look at this other level 5 windmill spot. I know I'm not saving for more good spots like at all. There's one here, which is a nice level 5, but not all that important. And they're putting their scouts here, which actually leaves them vulnerable to warriors. And yeah, now I've got sailing, just gonna deal a ton of damage. Get this lighthouse, spam some warriors, so this kind of river here will be very inconvenient for them. Now they have a quadism. And again, they're just hammering away at my giants with all these rammers. Am I even gonna be able to break through? And also, I'm only at 4 cities. They're likely up in cities. They've gone like the rest of the map. But I go for the siege. I go for this siege. See, I didn't want to go for the siege like earlier because I don't want to do it with like a high HP giant and then they get Houdini. But a 15 HP giant, I'm fine with that being Houdini. It's pretty expensive for them to do it. So all in all, I like it. And sieging this is also very annoying. It pretty much is forcing a giant push or just a lot of resources being diverted, which gives me Juggernaut splash value. So this nice double siege is very annoying for them, and it allows me to kind of develop in the back as well. Another border growth, by the way. But yeah, more giants. You can never have enough giants. There's a giant push there, and they go for the unsiege here. Just advancing. I killed this warrior. And this Juggernaut's getting slapped around. Now I get a quadism. And And again, they're just kind of destroying my giants. I only have 3 left. Well, I guess I have 4, but this one's kind of useless. It's soon to be dead. But let's go for another siege. And again, I said these giants are expendable and for good reason. Let's get another giant. They go in for some more splashy splash. They get a bunch of rammer hits. Oh my goodness. Again, not going for the siege, except for with the very low HP giant, they can still Houdini that. But I'm just starting to go really aggressive with these rammers now. Sending a ton of warriors in the water. And more giants. They have a bomber now on defense. And it looks like they're kind of holding on to things. They've taken out a lot of giants. But then I kind of rip through and I target their bomber. Again, I don't care about the city. I want control. I want to take out their defenses. This city can just Houdini me at any moment. But I managed to take the win. Absolutely crazy. And to really just put things in perspective, I mean, just look at these windmills first off. My lowest level windmill is a level 4. 3 of my cities are border growth. I have 27 star per turn on 4 cities without markets. And if we look at what the opponent was up to, yeah, they have 6 cities and the same economy. And this is what their tech tree looks like. They went all in on the naval and they still lost the naval battle. The giant spam is kind of legit. And we'll see how that goes in future sets. But we'll leave that for part 2. So hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub. And have a good one.